Yes, let's start today's session. So before starting session, I request you to keep mute from your side. Yes. Yes, Mr. Dhananjay, are you able to see the screen now?
Ah,
Hello. Are you able to see the screen, all of you?
yes, I can.
Yeah, it's okay. Yes, please mute from your side, all of you. Yeah, let's start today's session. This is the second session of Python plus Django. So in the last session, we just discussed basic introduction of Python, and today we'll start with the features of Python and how to get starts writing Python program using different editors, and which editor through I'll explain all the topics related to Python also we'll discuss. So before going to make setup and installation process of Python, I would like to discuss about some basic features of Python. So these are the features of Python, sir. Features of Python. In the last session, we just discussed versions of Python. The latest version was Python 3.9.2. And these are the important features. Python is simple and easy to learn. Yes, Python is very much simple according to its syntax and according to uh, coding pattern. It's very simple and easy to learn. So Python is a simple programming language when we compared with other programs. So we can easily handle the code because it's very simple syntax compared to other languages. And even when we go through Python, we can write very less number of lines of code, and that will make readability of the program easily, and we can reduce the development cost of the project also, because easily we can able to finish your task. It's a very simple syntax, and what we can say, it's easy to learn. Okay, once you know that how to apply the rules and regulations according to syntax of Python, then you can easily manage the code. Mr. Dhananjay, you can't hear my sound, means you just uh, switch on your mic, or else please check from your side audio settings. Okay. Yes, I think other people are getting my voice clearly. That's what. Next, another feature is Python is free and open source. Free and open source. Yes. So we can use Python software without any license, and it's completely free software, sir. The source code of Python is open to everyone. So you can use that source code, and you can modify that source code according to your requirement also. So source code is completely open. We can customize the source code based on our requirement. It's a free and open source. And moreover, Python is cross-platform, or else platform independent, same, cross-platform. So once we write a Python program, it can run on any platform without rewriting again and again. So it can be able to run on Unix and Linux and Mac OS and Windows, any operating system it supports. So this is called cross-platform operations, cross-platform or platform independent, we can say that. Yes. And Python programs are portability in nature. Portability means what? Portable. Python programs are portable. We can migrate from one platform to another platform very easily. So the result will be same if we change any platform, sir. Result will not be different. So same result we'll expect even if we change it from one platform to another platform. Okay. Next, another feature is Python is dynamically typed programming language. In the last session, we discussed already dynamically typed. Dynamically typed and statically typed, two things only. In other existing languages like C, C++, Java, and C#.NET, that was statically typed. So while declaring a variable, you should give data type of the variable in those languages. But when it comes to Python, we are not required to declare any type of variables. Whenever we are assigning a value to the variable, like this one, a value 10, I'm assigning 10 value to variable a. So based on this value, data type will be allocated automatically. This concept is considered as dynamically typed nature. So, but in other languages, Java, C Sharp, .NET, and C, that are statically typed, we have to provide data type at the beginning declaration of variable only. So that is statically typed. Python is dynamically typed. Okay. Yes. Next, Python supports multiple language pattern. Yes, multiple language pattern. Python is structured oriented, and next functional oriented, then object oriented also. Yes, we are going to deal all data structures and complete functional part. Functionally, we can able to develop the code, and also Python supports very good object oriented features. It's purely object oriented programming language. Structured oriented, functional oriented, and then after object oriented. Python is multiple language pattern support, structured, functional, and object oriented. Object oriented. Next, coming to this next feature, as we discussed clearly. Yes. I'm going to teach complete basics from Python. Python, as I told you last session, whether you attend or not, I don't know. But if not attend, then watch my last session video, durgasoft YouTube channel from YouTube channel. I'll assist you how to watch that video also at the end of the session today. And I'll cover first 45 days Python. Then after 45 days, I'll start with the Django framework, the Django web application. That also it will take 45 days. Total 3 months course duration this is. Okay. Yes. So from the beginning onwards, I'm going to cover Python, very basics to high level, and complete core Pythons like functions, operators, loops concepts, control statements, okay, functions, modules, packages, everything, variables, everything. And then after advanced Python like object-oriented encapsulation, polymorphism, inheritance, abstraction, file handling, exception handling, regular expressions, multi-threadings, generators, decorators, everything will cover in detail. This is complete Python. So after learning of this course like Python and Django, so you can decide it wherever you want to go, or else whether you want to go with only Python programmer, you can apply job on only Python programming, or else if you want to go for full stack developer based on Python plus Django plus UI like CSS, JavaScript and all, then you can go through it. Anyone is possible, anything is possible, sir. Once you complete this 3 months of duration, so you'll get full clarity. Okay, so this is next another feature of Python is huge standard library. Yes, Python is having huge standard library. Because of this reason only Python become popular, sir. Huge standard library. Standard library. Once we install Python software, we'll be able to get there are a lot of libraries. Libraries are not only one context, in different contexts. As we discussed in the last session, different types of applications we can develop using Python, like web applications and network programming, gaming applications, console applications. Okay, console application. And yeah. Will you guide how to apply the automation? No, automation tools we will not teach you, but we will teach you the complete Python programming language. According to that, you should apply the things where where this Python script can be helpful to you. Okay, or else you can give your requirement to me. Then what kind of automation you need? Then we will try it and we'll get you clearly here. That's the thing I can help you, but we will not teach any automation kind of things here. Okay, and I'm requesting you to please after completion of session, if you ask your doubts, and if you are able to ask the questions, then I can feel free to give the answers. Because if I'm in the middle of the session, hope you understand that it's completely uh, topics will be divert, so I can't able to go continuously, right? So that's what, please hold on a line few minutes. Okay, so after finishing my explanation, I will only ask you, please continue your questions and all. Yes. That's what I'm saying. At the end of the session, I'll give 10 minutes of time to post your question and answer. Even while explaining the topics related to this Python and all, if you have any doubt, instantly you can ask by posting your question. That's not an issue. It's a continuous process for explaining. See, you are asking different doubt that's related to that this thing, and which I'm explaining is different. Is so there is a conflict will be there. Sometimes some other people will get confused. There is a chance. Okay, hope you understand that. That's what I'm saying. That otherwise, no issues at all for me to clarify your doubts. Yeah. So Python is having huge standard library. So means once we install Python software, we'll get lot of libraries which is related to different types of applications. Okay. So not only standard library means only particular kind of application. It is a general purpose programming language. Means using Python, you can develop any type of application. All type of libraries will be available. So because of this huge standard library, only Python is becoming popular language nowadays. Yes, any type of applications we can build very quickly because libraries are available clearly. Gaming libraries, automation libraries, network libraries, okay, even embedded system, MATLAB, and also Pandas, Matplotlib, visualization context, data analysis, statistical analysis. Anywhere you can use Python script because built-in libraries are there. But this kind of libraries we can't expect from other languages. So that's what huge standard library will play the major role in Python development. Okay. Yes. Next, Python is what we can say uh, extensible. Extensible. Extensible means what you know. We can use other language programs in Python also. That is called extensibility. So the main advantage of this approach is we can already existing code and that is non-Python code. We can use it in Python code. For that, some flavors will be there. Like if you want to use C language code, C Python flavor is required. And if you want to use Java programming language code, then J Python is required. The flavors are available. And those who wants to go for .NET code, they want to use .NET code into Python script, then Iron Python is required. Some flavors are there here. So these are the simple and basic features of Python. So simple and easy to learn and free and open source, cross-platform, portability in nature, dynamically typed and structured, functional, object-oriented, and huge standard library and extensibility clearly here. Okay, yes. So this is about features and versions and why Python, what is Python, what kind of applications we can develop using Python. So from the last session till up to now we discussed. Now it's time to enter into coding part of Python program. Okay, so for this, we need to make our setup first of all. Okay, so strictly remember, just I'll follow a very simple step. You should also do it same thing in your computers. And installation or making setup of Python, it's not a big deal at all. So it's very simple, and everybody knows that how to do it. Within 2 minutes of time, you can able to do setup of your Python platform. See, you know that very well. If you choose any programming language, if you want to start writing your code, compulsory one platform is required, sir. Okay, for example, C++ programmers will use a platform called Notepad, Notepad++, Edit Plus, or Code Blocks, Turbo C. So many editors are there that are called editor platforms. Even when it comes to Java, Java programmers will use Edit Plus, Notepad, Eclipse, MyEclipse, NetBeans, and so on. And even .NET people, .NET programmers will use Visual Studio or VS Code environment they'll use. But same like Python is having some standard editor tools. Okay, so that I'm going to introduce now. So first thing what we need to do. So first we have to download Python software. Later you can decide what editor you want. Okay, editor is not now. So default editor through also we can able to write your code. So first I strongly recommend to visit Google and immediately you just type download Python. Download Python. As soon as when we download Python, when we get this link, you can see this. There is official website link www.python.org. So you just click on this python.org link. Now you'll be able to find out this is the latest version of Python 3.9.2. In the last session, we discussed the versions also. First version of Python was 0.9.0 and later 1.x, 2.x, 3.x. Right now we are in 3 version 3.9.2. So as soon as when we click on this download Python 3.0, within few seconds, your downloadable file is available, Python 3.9.2.txt. Once you got this .exe file, so I strongly recommend to go to downloads folder. So just try to go to download folder and immediately just type, double click on this Python 3.9.2 software. Okay, yes. So this is when I double click on it. Now you can see it will ask uh, modify setup in my computer. But in your computer, don't expect this setup because already I installed in my machine. That's what it is asking to modify or repair or uninstall. I don't want to do anything here because I have already make a setup in our computer here. But in your computer screen, two options will be available, sir. As soon as when we click on Python 3.9.2, what are those two options means? One is install now, next one is customize installation. Two options will be there. Okay. First option is what, sir? Install now. Install now. Then second option is customized installation. Customized installation. Customized installation. Installation. Two options are there. I strongly recommend to click on install now. But before going to click on install now, and there will be a checkbox located here. Checkbox. There is a checkbox. What is the checkbox name here? Add Python to environment variable. Environment variable. This I strongly recommend to activate this checkbox. Here there is a checkbox associated with this add Python to environment variables. Then you have to activate this checkbox. After checkbox, then I strongly recommend to click on install now. Once you click on install now, it will ask you to click on next, 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 just 2 or 3 times. Then click on install it. No need to do anything in the middle. Just wait for 1 minute or 2 minutes maximum. So your Python setup will be installed successfully. These steps only we have to do. Nothing to do. Nothing is there to installation. So once you download Python software 3.9.2, then double click on .exe file. You will be able to see that install now and customize installation along with one checkbox, add Python to environment variables. And you can activate this checkbox and click on install and next, 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 install it. That's all. Matter is over. So you will be able to get Python installation successfully message. Then after that, what we need to do? Yes, as soon as when we install this Python setup software, there will be a default editor will come, sir. For everyone, a default editor will be there. The default editor name is called IDLE, Integrated Development Learning Environment. This is the default editor. Let's open in default editor. Let's how to open default editor IDLE. You can go to search and type IDLE, sir. IDLE. So look at here, there is an IDLE of Python in my computer. As soon as when we click on this IDLE icon, you'll be able to see this editor window like IDLE shell. This is the shell actually here. Okay, shell will be there here. Shell. So these are the options: file, shell, debug options. So many are there here. So many are there. Windows option, help option is there. So you can type here your Python code. This is Python shell, or else we can call it as interactive shell. Also, we can say that. What shell? Interactive shell. Interactive shell. So interactive shell means as soon as you can interact with this window. So I can say that just hello, I am saying hello. As soon as when we print hello, we got this output clearly hello. So that means what? You need not to write any code here completely. You just type hello and press enter. Then hello is going to be displayed in the output window here. So this is interactive shell. Ideally through we are getting interactive shell here. So there is a basic option we have to write Python script here. And before that, I want to explain you what are the possible ways to do Python code and to execute and to run Python code. There are so many possible ways. First one is using interactive mode, using interactive mode, using interactive mode. And next one is using script mode, using script mode, using script mode. And third way is using Python IDLE software. And the fourth way is using Pycharm Editor. Yes, this is I'm going to use continuously in our classes. I strongly recommend for Python beginners, Pycharm Editor is powerful editor. But first of all, you should know what are the possible ways to write Python code and execute. Because as a Python developer, you should get full knowledge of editors. Because as per your comfortability, you can go through anyone. But I strongly recommend in the beginning level for every Python beginner, I strongly recommend to write code in Pycharm Editor. Even our classes continuously, completely all classes will be happen through Pycharm Editor only, sir. Okay. First, we'll go for interactive mode. Interactive mode in the sense, yes, once we install Python software, you can go to ideally, this is interactive cell, sir. Interactive cell. As soon as when I open this ideally software, so there is an interactive cell will be there. This is interactive cell. You can type here anything. Like here I'm typing what we can say help option is there, help. Okay, help option is there. Just wait. Help option is there here. When I go for help, then you can get help. Help means help of object. Any Python object help you can able to get. If you want to get the information on string, or if you want to get information on list data structure or any variable information you want, you can use help function here. Or else we can have copyright options, credits, license information. If you want to get, you can get it license information. This is license information, you'll get complete license information. Or else if you want to write a code here, you can write it code here, no problem at all. So this is Python ideally interactive shell. As soon as when we're interacting with this one, so your code will be execute and show in the output in there itself only, sir. So interactive mode means no need to write any complete code, complete Python script not required to write. Just a type, enter something and press enter, you will get output. So look at here, I'm just typing simple logic here, not all the code. Just I want to show you simple program. Here I'm typing a value 10, a value 100. As soon as when we press a, then what is happening? A value 100 is coming on. So Python is dynamically typed programming language. That means you need not to define any data type of variable. And even if you try to give forcefully a value 10 means it shows error, syntax error, invalid syntax. Why? Because integer type, it's not valid expression in Python. So you have to mention clearly just a value 10. If you want to know what is the type of variable, what is the data type of this variable assigned means type function is required. Type of a means integer type, it's coming here. This is what interactive shell. Just type the code whatever you want, then press enter, you will be get output here. Now you can see a value 100, b value 200, a plus b if you want to do, then 300 is result is coming. Here even print function also not required for printing option here. This is interactive shell. Okay, so I'll not recommend to do much larger code in this interactive cell. So that's what you can go for script mode. There is a script mode is there, sir. Next option we have script mode. Script mode means you can write complete Python script, sir. Yes, you have to write complete Python script. Okay, from the beginning to ending, whatever you want to write, you can write it. And you must and should save with the .py extension. What py extension? .py. And then execute. For execution purpose, you can use again any other editor, like use Python ideally also for executing, or else through command prompt also you can go. You can execute, no problem at all. So I would like to write my Python script in small program. So for script mode purpose, I can choose a plain editor called Notepad editor. So I'm writing code in Notepad, sorry. Just I'm writing code in Notepad. I'm just opening Notepad. Yes, Notepad is also one of the editor. I just write print function here. So here I'm taking welcome to durgasoft. This is my Python script. How do you know whether it is Python script or not? Yes, I'll save this with the .py extension now, sir. Okay, how to save it? Look at your file menu, click on save, and you just go to desktop. I would like to save in my desktop, and my file name is sample.py. Sample.py. .py is strongly recommend to use sample.py. Where I am saving, sir, in my desktop. Click on save it. Once I click on save it and close this now. Look at here in your desktop, there is a sample.py is available. This is called logo, is indicating this is Python file. Like this, how much code you want, you can write in Notepad and save with the .py, and it's ready to execute now. Yes, we have already created file, it's ready to execute. But if you want to execute this Python file like sample.py, which is available on desktop, and there are two options are there. Either you can go through Python ideally software, which is already available, or else you can go through command prompt also, sir. Yes, we can go through command prompt also. How to execute this one through command prompt? Yes, let's try to execute this one through command prompt. How to do it? We'll do. You can go to command prompt. It's normal Windows operating system command prompt, sir. So this is command prompt. Okay, where is your file in desktop? So immediately I strongly recommend to change the directory of desktop. So cd space desktop. Press enter. Then will be located in desktop. After this, your file name is what? Sample. But what type of file that is? Python. So Python file, no, that's what I need. What we need to do here. Python file means you have to type commands, sir. What command? You have to type command. What command? Python. Py. Yes, let me give this one thing. Yes, we have to type Python. Python. Python space. What is your file name? Sample dot py is an extension. Okay, then press enter. You got output here. You can see this. Welcome to durgasoft. It's coming out. Yes, welcome to durgasoft is coming clearly. That means what? You executed Python file clearly here because we have to pass a command clearly. Python command. So once if we pass command, then that execution is done. Welcome to durgasoft is coming. Same thing we can also execute through ideally, sir, here. Okay, we can also execute through ideally. How to execute this Python file through ideally? Yes, let's open ideally platform. Let's close it now. Let's close it now. Can you please hold a few minutes, sir? Just 2 minutes. What error it's showing, sir? Tell me. What error you are getting?
1 minute.
Yeah. I'm asking you what error you are getting. You are saying that
Like Python was not found. Run without arguments to install from Microsoft Store or disable this shortcut from setting.
okay. We have to check it once because I have installed Python software.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll check it later. Now we can see I'm just opening ideally of software. So ideally, so this I want to execute from ideally. Yeah, no need to create path because already we set the environment variable, no, previously. Environment variable while installation of Python software, we set environment variable already. So that's what no need to install, no need to do path setting. Then automatically it will be create path internally. So by default, it will prompt to operating system only. So no need to do that installation, all those things, separately settings. Add Python environment variable to it will go through it. Now you can see I want to open existing file. So go to file menu, click on open option. Where it is open, where it is available your file, you can go to desktop. And now you can see this. Yeah. Ubuntu, that is different issue. Okay, we have to check it once. Now click on OK. Now you can see print welcome to durgasoft is available now. So let's run it now. Once I execute this one, so your output is coming clearly here. If existing file, if you want to open through ideally, then you can open it now. Or else, sir, I don't want to go through notepad editor. I don't want to write my code with the .py extension. No need to do. Why don't we go for Python ideally there? Why don't we create a new file, sir? Yes, we can create happily new file also, sir. We can create a new file. How to create new file? Let's flip to Python ideally now. Ideally, and instead of writing script here, you can create new file, new file. Here also you can prepare new file. Any file, just I'm writing print hello. Then after that, if you want to run this, you must and should save before run. Even without saving, I'm just going to run this, run module. And you can see source must be saved, okay to save. I'm just canceling, I would like to save it. So file menu and save it. save it. Just for checking, I'm showing with simple examples only, not complex examples. Here also test.py is required, and click on save it. And once you run this one, now your output will be ready. Now hello. This is ideally of Python, and shell through we can run interactive mode or script mode, write code in notepad and save with .py and load it anywhere. But in our session, I will not go through any one of these way, what I explained so far. I'll not go through interactive mode. I'll not go through script mode. I'll not go through IDLE mode. I'll go through always Pycharm Editor. Sir, will it come Pycharm Editor by default when we install Python software? No, sir. You have to install explicitly, separately, that is Pycharm Editor. And make sure that Python software compulsory should be there initially. Then after you can go through Pycharm Editor, sir. Okay. Yes. How to download and install Pycharm Editor setup I'm going to do. Even in my computer already there Pycharm Editor also. But let me show you how to download and install. So I strongly recommend to go to Google first. Then after, simply you can type download Pycharm. Download Pycharm. So Pycharm is a powerful editor. This is exclusively for Python beginners and Python programmers. Even in real time, some companies will use this editor for rapid development of application, and easily we can able to do this in Pycharm editor. So I'll show you what are the benefits of Pycharm editor in initial stage as a new to Python programming. If you go through Pycharm editor, what benefits you will get, I'll tell you clearly with proper examples. And this is Pycharm developed by JetBrains community. There is a official link is there, www.jetbrains.com. So as soon as you click on download Pycharm editor, you'll be able to see this. Look at here, download Pycharm. Download Pycharm. So there are two options are there in front of you, professional as well as community edition. And for both scientific and web Python development with HTML, JavaScript and SQL support. Yes, even this session is completely belongs to Python as well as Django also, no? So that's what we recommend in this case, download this one. But initially not, later we'll go through. Whenever I start Django framework application development for websites, I'll go through this professional edition. But right now I'll go through this community edition, sorry, community edition. So look at here, professional editor for both scientific and web application development with HTML, JavaScript and SQL support. And download means here free trial version is there. Means hardly you can able to use this professional editor 1 month only. After 1 month, your editor evolution period will be expired and you have to purchase it from JetBrains community officially to get license. And even you can see community version is there for pure Python development, and it's download and free open source. It can be open source here. Right now I'm going to do this one only because it's completely core and advanced Python purpose. Later when I start Django applications, I will install this professional editor. Now it is free and open source. Once you click on this community version, then what will happen, you can see this, you will be able to get Pycharm community edition.exe file. Okay, so it is around 350 MB. So it takes 2 minutes or 3 minutes time to download it. Once you get download file, this .exe file, Python community, sorry, Pycharm community.exe, then you should go to download folder again. And installation of Pycharm editor is very much pretty simple. Even while installation of Python software, I recommend to activate the checkboxes, all those things, but even nothing to do here. Just to go to download folder. Once you see this Pycharm community.exe folder in your download folder, you can see here Pycharm community.exe. It's not downloaded completely. Just double click on it. Once you double click on it, it will ask you to click on next, 3-4 times. That's it. No need to do any changes in the middle. Don't do also, not required. Next, install it and wait for 2 minutes. Then your Pycharm editor will be done successfully. Once if you install successfully Pycharm editor, then start opening Pycharm editor by going to run command or else start menu clearly. I'll show you how to create project in Pycharm editor. From now onwards, I'll go through completely Pycharm editor only, sir. For all my projects and all my applications, whatever it is, I'll explain all the programs and examples, all the concepts which will be used using Pycharm editor only here. Okay, so it is downloading, no problem, no issues at all. So already I have a Pycharm community edition in my computer. Let's go and open it now. So how to download? It's clear. How to install means once you get downloadable file pycharmcommunity.exe, double click on it and 3-4 times next, install it, sir. Still you are facing any issues while installation, then I'll show you in the classroom itself. Later in coming sessions, I'll uninstall all my softwares and I'll show you once again for you. No issues, but it's not a big deal to make a setup of Pycharm Editor also. And let's go to search and Pycharm. I am typing Pycharm, and as soon as when we type Pycharm in the search box, then you will be able to get Pycharm Community Edition here. Just click on it. This is the icon. So just click on it. Once you click on it, you'll be able to open Pycharm Community Edition, sir. But right now in my computer, previously what project, for which project I worked, that project only is going to open directly. But in your computer, for the first time when we open Pycharm Edition, then default page will open and default program will be open. Okay, I'll show you what was the look and feel first time when we open Pycharm Editor in your computer, sir. I'll show you, just wait. But in my case right now, whichever I have handled previously the project, that project is opening directly, sir. Previously whatever I did Python project at 8:30 a.m. Yes, last batch 8:30 a.m. I have handled, so that project is opening right now here. But in your case, how it will be look and feel, sir? Yes, in your case the look and feel will be like this only, sir. Main.py. Look at here, all of you. For the first time when we open Pycharm Editor in your computer after successful installation, you will be able to see this main.py file only. This is first file. Even if you go directly execute main.py by clicking on main.py, right click and run it. So you will be able to get an output here in the output window. Below, this is output window. Hi Pycharm will be there. Okay, but this is not the way to do it. So I strongly recommend to do create a new project. First step you have to do after opening this Pycharm Editor, new project you have to do, sir. New project. You have to create new project. How to create new project? Yes, these are the simple steps. Click on File menu. Click on New Project. I'm just giving my project name Python project at 10 a.m. From now onwards, I'm going to use this project name only. I can store all my files and folders into this project. Python project at 10 a.m. It's creating, and click on create. Once you click on create, and it will ask you to click on this window or new window or attach or cancel. I want to open in this window only. Now you can see for the first time when we create a new project in Pycharm Editor, it will create internally virtual environment. Once virtual environment finish, then you can create your own files and write programs and execute. So writing code and handling code is very easy in Pycharm Editor compared to other editors. And moreover, sir, apart from these editors like interactive mode, writing code in Notepad, or else Python ideally software, or else apart from Pycharm Editor, is there any way to write code? Yes, lot of ways are there. People will use Notepad, Notepad++, Edit+, Sublime Editor, Visual Studio Code. Okay, and even we will introduce in the data analysis topics. Already I said no in the last session. I will cover pandas, matplotlib, numpy also in Python. At that time, what I will introduce other editors I'll introduce like Jupyter, Spider, which is belongs to Anaconda distribution. That editors also will use Jupyter and Spider with Anaconda distribution that are exclusively for data science persons. Data science modules, pandas, matplotlib, numpy. That editors also lot of ways to write Python code. Just editor is just a software or platform where you want to write code. That's it. Wherever you want, you can write it. But why I am personally strongly recommend Pycharm Editor means this is exclusively designed for Python programs. That's what better to use this Pycharm Editor. Okay, only exclusively designed editors are what? Ideally software, which will come by default when we install Python, and Pycharm Editor, and data science and Python script purpose also Jupyter, Spider, okay, Atom. There are a lot of editors are there. That editors are exclusive. But these are what? Notepad, Notepad+, Sublime Editor, Edit+, NetBeans, Visual Studio Code. These are other editors. Okay, not exclusively designed for Python. But even we can write Python code also anyway. So I strongly recommend to use Pycharm Editor because more convenient way you can able to handle your script. Why? Because it's graphically it's looking good, okay, and you can manage your Python files and folders very easily in one location with packages and modules, and also and some intelligence options will come while writing Python script. So even you can go to ideally software, or even you can go to notepad editor while typing code. Any intelligence or any suggestion box, no, that will not be available there. But here in Pycharm editor, when we start writing the code, you'll be able to observe this. You can get some intelligence options, means whatever we declare variables already, that will be shown in the dialog box, and whatever you want to capture, that you can capture it from that dialog box. I'll show you clearly. So look at here, first time when we create Python project at 10 a.m., main.py is there. If you want to run this, you can go to run menu and run main. So already they have written some predefined code, print function, hi name. So hi Pycharm, it's coming. Okay, I'll talk about this main method later. But if you want to add some extra files, how to do it, sir? Yes, you can add any number of files to your project. Just right click on this Python project at 10 a.m. and go to new. And there are two options are there right now, file option and Python file. But what will happen if I select file? Nothing will happen. You can give it file name also, but it's a plain text file. But make sure that while giving file name, you should pass .py extension compulsory. Okay. And if I go through this Python file, but already you are choosing Python file, no? So you need not to give any .py extension, directly can give file name. My file name, I'm giving just test and press enter. Now you can see you'll be able to see this test.py tab. Okay. Now I'm trying to print something. Look at here. As soon as when I type PRIN, so here it is coming already intelligence. Okay. Then press enter, automatically it will capture. These options will not be available in ideally software, ideally editor. Even you will not be able to find out Jupyter, Spider editors also. This is only exclusively for Pycharm editor. Yes, we will have this facility. Now you can see a value 100 I'm taking, or 100 I'm declaring. But when we try to print a is already there, no, already we declare. That's what it's available in intelligence. So what is the advantage of this one? See, while writing Python code as a programmer, you got stuck somewhere. Then if you want to check out in this list, you can check out, and at least some idea you will be able to get what need to take, what should not take. So this option is available in Pycharm Editor. Even when we place the mouse pointer on it also, it's clearly description and everything will be able to see when we place the mouse pointer on this case. Okay, this is the advantage of writing code in Pycharm Editor. And when we try print, now you can see the syntax also will be available here. Okay, separator will be there, end attributes will be there, built-in functions are there. So a quick documentation is option is there. So many options are there, easily you can able to find it. See, I can say one thing, if you go through Pycharm Editor, everything will be find in one platform. You need not to go to search in separate ways. Even documentation and everything you can able to get it one platform. So I'm just saying that print option here, print, I want to say hello, that's all. And if you want to execute this one, what we need to do, right click on this test.py and just click on run test. Now you can see you got hello, your output is present here only. Okay, and you can add any number of files, no problem, any number of files. If you want to add one more file, go to new and Python file. My file name is test1.py. Then now in this case I'm declaring int a, print a, print a. So that's all, we are getting this output clear. And if you want to know what type of a it is, then print type of a. So here print is a built-in function which is for outputs are. If you want to display output, then we can use print function. Type is a built-in function to get data type of the variable. As I said that you need not to declare any data type. If I declare wantedly a int data type, so it is not allowed. According to Python syntax, it is wrong. So syntax error is coming. So because Python is dynamically typed language, int a equals to 10, b equals to 30. And if you want to do a plus b, then you can do it a plus b. And simply you can able to manage the code in Pycharm Editor. Okay, just initial, we are in still initial stage only. Just I'm taking small program to show you how it is going to execute in Pycharm Editor. We are getting this output clearly. And also lot of settings also we need to use this, because if you don't like this background white color, or else font size you want increase. So editor settings are required. How it is? Let's go to file menu and go to setting options. Settings. Once you go to settings option, now you can see there is a appearance will be there here. Appearance. In this appearance, there is a themes will be there. IntelliJ Light, Windows 10 Light, Dracula, and high contrast. If you go for Dracula theme, okay, let's go to click on OK. And what will be here theme and look and feel will be changed. If you want to change, you can go through it like this, which theme you would like more. And file menu, again settings, appearance and behavior. I would like to change the theme from IntelliJ Light. And if you want to change the font size, you can go to editor option here. In the below corner, editor option is there. After that, there is a font option is there. In this font, there is a 22 size is there. If you want to increase or reduce the size of the font, then you can go through it like this. If I'm going to 24, then 24, click on OK. Then it will affect on 24 font size here clearly in the editor. These are the settings or basic settings which I'm covering here. So like this, any number of files you can add it and run it. So these are the basic options you have to write code and execute code. What are the options? Interactive mode, script mode, Python ideally, and Pycharm Editor. So I'll go through Pycharm Editor, but you also just give one or two programs, try to write in interactive shell and try to write in notepad also and execute in command prompt and go through Python ideally. After getting awareness of how to write code in interactive shell and script mode and Python ideally, and you just immediately quit from there and you can associate with the Pycharm Editor. This will be good for easily managed. Why? Because initial stage, I strongly recommend to do this good editor. Because initial stage only, if I recommend to you, then you will get a lot of problems while writing code because there is no help from this area. And as a programmer, if you know already Python script, Python variable declaration, syntactically very strong, if you are, then go through any editor, no issues at all. But initial stage, once you get an idea about Python variables, okay, rules and regulations, indentation levels, everything, then you can go to anywhere. But before that, we have to go through Pycharm Editor only, because in Pycharm Editor, everything syntactically and keywords are not keywords, keywords identification, functions identification, whether it is built in or not built in, easily we can able to trace in this editor tool because it is fully graphically user interface, GUI mode only. Okay, so that's what I strongly recommend to use Pycharm Editor only. Even from tomorrow onwards, we'll continue our all programs with Pycharm Editor only. From tomorrow onwards, our project is Python project at 10 a.m. only, sir. This is our project, and we can add, keep on lot of files here. This is our project. This is our project, and files we can able to manage and run that application clearly. It's very simple to handle the code in Python. Even some Django applications also. Later, when we starts with Django after completion of Python, we'll go through this Pycharm editor only. That at that time I'll try to install professional editor because this editor is not suitable for web application development. Okay, so that's URLs compuls are required. Okay, templates are required. So for that professional ID only it's required. At the time Django applications, I'll introduce that Pycharm Professional Edition, not Community Edition. Up to core and advanced Python, first 45 days we'll go through this Pycharm, and later we'll go for other Pycharm Edition, Professional Edition. That is not a free software; it's a license. But even though I can manage the things for 1 month, after that I'll install it. I'll uninstall and uninstall again it. That easily manageable things. And this is about yeah, Django is for web application development, sir. Okay. After completion of learning Python, we'll start Django web application development. Websites or web pages like Flipkart, Amazon, shopping carts, okay, online portal, banking applications, how they use, how we are having web applications in outside market, same kind of things we can develop using Django. Django for web designing purpose, web application framework. How Java people will use JSP servlets, how .NET people will use ASP.NET Angular JS, same Python programmers will use this Django framework. Yes. Yeah, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, Bootstrap. I said clearly in the last session, no? In Django, what I'm going to cover. Basics of HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, Bootstrap. Basics only, not complete things. complete things you want, you can go to, you have to go for UI technology course again. Okay. Yes. Sir, I'm passed out in 2018. Yeah, 2018. Let me read your question and give the answer. Yes, undoubtedly you are eligible. Why not? See, there is no eligibility criteria to learn software course, man. Anyone you can learn, but only is the subject is the matter. How much subject you have, how we can able to do the things with Python programming language. That's enough. That's enough. You don't have a checkbox, then you can proceed it. No issues at all. No issues. Yeah, undoubtedly you can do it Python. See, those who don't have any technical knowledge, those who wants to come forward to IT industry or to become a software developer, I can strongly suggest for their first language Python. Easily you can able to do it. Undoubtedly, if you want to become a programmer, best choice is Python. I can say, not even C, C++. Yes, sir. Do you have any questions? Now we can start ask the questions in the chat box, or else open up your mics and speak with me also. No issues. We'll continue tomorrow. Yeah. Yes. Tell me, sir. Like you can see this test.py have saved means where in this only, here only I need to save, or else writing code in notepad you're asking. Anyway, see, I'm just opening notepad, sir, and write a code here in project. In project means, yeah, I'll show you here. This is right click on project name, Python project at a name, go to new and select the Python file, and any file name you can give test2.py. .py is not required because already have choose Python file, then press enter. Automatically it's test2.py is saved under this project only. No need to save separately. Yes, Mr. Lakshmi Prasad is asking. Database.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hello. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you. Tell me.
The reason of joining this class is that I'm into data warehouse team, and my company is looking to automate the extracts. So basically, we are extracting the data in JSON format, and also we are now moving forward in Google Cloud Platform. So everything will be like we will be stepping forward into automation. So will this course will help me? That's what is my question like.
Yeah. I am asking just so many people will come forward to learn, those who are going to do automation with Python, but undoubtedly Python script is helpful to do automation. But what way it will helpful, you have to think about your considerations, because what undoubtedly on data Python script will be work powerful. Means we are going to deal with here in our course CSV files handling, text files handling, and binary files handling, and data structures, how data can be come from database and stored in CSV format, in JSON format. We'll teach you all those things. But only the thing is, how much it will be helpful to your criteria, you have to think once. Because are they recommend to learn Python for doing these all automations? Then I strongly recommend.
Already we started, sir. Already we started automation, but whatever the scripts we wrote were not that effective. So
That's what
because
I'm asking. That's what
yeah,
I'm asking. Are you doing script with Python right now, or else any other
yes,
language?
we are doing with Python.
Undoubtedly, you should learn Python, because so it can be helpful to you, because once you get knowledge of Python, so you'll understand clearly what is what, way to use, how to use it clearly in your requirement. Because we have a lot of data structures discussion, how data should be transformed from one collection to another collection, plenty of data structures are there and plenty of functions are there. We'll discuss all those things in our class. So it might be helpful to your requirement.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Mr.
One more question. One more
Yeah,
question.
tell
So,
me.
are you having any earlier classes like rather than 10 a.m.? Because here for me it is like already 1:30
Yes.
a.m. Like midnight, right? So,
Yes.
yeah.
We have classes. So yes, I have a lot of classes, but that was all in the middle. I used to deal morning 6:31 and 7:31 and 8:31. Same Python only, all Python batches, but that are in the middle. Almost it's closing.
Okay. So, when is the possibility of starting again? Uh,
Again
can you?
means yeah. When that slots will be free, then I'll announce new batch for in that same slot only. So our people let you know that. Do it one thing. You
Mm.
can tell to our team same thing. When my batch is announced in future, then they'll intimate to you, and you can join on that link only.
Okay.
If
Thank you, sir. I will coordinate with them then.
yeah, sure. M.Tech pursuing student in electrical department, and I have to do project in MATLAB software, but I am unable to install my laptop. I am not aware of that MATLAB, all those things, man. Sorry for that. If you are ask me the questions related to Python and all any other software things, I can able to do it. I'm not literally I'm not aware of that MATLAB or all those. Yeah, I'm sorry for that.
Hi, yeah, Mohan. This is Ramesh here.
Yeah, tell me.
I'm working as a DB admin,
Yeah,
Oracle database admin. Now we are
okay.
moving to all the databases migrating to the GCP now, and
Hmm.
AWS as well. So here, this course will help me to get the automation on that cloud technology.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. This completely you have to think once because you are dealing the things according to your course, Oracle or something like this automation. But how
Okay.
it can be helpful, you have to think whether your higher authority people or else you only thinking like this Python can be helpful or somebody says Python, you can go and learn Python, then Python script only we are using means undoubtedly you should get the knowledge from Python. It will be helpful. See, data extraction, data manipulation, automation purpose, Python script undoubtedly helpful, no doubt at all. There are a lot of libraries are there. But
Yeah, yeah.
what way it can be helpful, we will not write according to your requirement code. We will teach you Python programming language fundamentals and advanced levels, complete logics. Then this
Okay.
logic, same thing you have to apply into your requirement based on requirement because some people will ask me to develop a program where we can use Python script in testing area means I am not a test engineer. I don't know how to write test cases. Hope you understand
Okay.
that. uh,
Okay.
so I can teach you Python, but that this technical stuff, how it can be used, where we can use it, you will know better than me
Okay.
because that
Okay.
is your subject. See,
Yeah.
so many
If
people also will
I
come
get the
forward to
complete
learn data
modules,
science
then I
related.
can.
Yeah. Data science, if someone wants to become data scientist or statistical analysis, for them Python is required because Python data structures rapidly useful in that criteria. So they should understand after learning Python where this can be fit into there. But we don't know about data science, we don't know about statistical analysis. So that is the main aspect actually.
Okay, Mohan. Thank you so much. And
So
I
one more
I
question,
missed
Mohan.
sorry.
Tell me. Tell me.
Yeah. So if as I'm also in the data warehouse team, so my
Hmm.
whole data lake will be on the Google SQL. So
Hmm.
how the Python code will be applicable in this aspect?
Any
Can
aspect it can be used actually because we are going to retrieve the data from anywhere on cloud or else on SQLDB or MongoDB. Any database we can interact by connecting and we can extract the data and make that data into data sets and frame it clearly how the way you want to represent table format or unstructured format or CSV format, any format. We can have
oh,
options. Yeah,
okay, got it.
you can extract data from it anywhere, no issues.
Okay.
Yeah, Mohan, one more question. I have missed the first demo. Okay, will I get that the recorded session?
Yes, sir, surely. But just wait. You will get complete recorded videos once you registration. But meanwhile, you can see I strongly recommend to watch my first video. You just
Okay.
go to YouTube and
Okay.
in this YouTube just type durgasoft, and only first few days, 4-5 demos they will upload, I think so, not all. Durgasoft, you can type it. There is official channel Durga Software Solution. You can click on it, and you'll be able to see these videos or else playlist. My videos, last one yesterday uploaded. Let me check it once. Where it is? Here it is. You can see this. Yeah, Python plus Django. It's my video 22 hours ago, and today video also they might be upload. It will be in the next line only. After session they'll upload. You can watch this video first, then continue this video.
Sure. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
and even you will get all videos whatever so far we discussed. Don't worry, I'll share personally to your Google Drive. Once I got mail IDs from durgasoft, those who registered, for them I'll send material and videos and all stuff into your mails and Google Drives.
Okay. The class timings is the same. Like
Undoubtedly same, sir, will never change. Even though somebody asked yesterday, I never change because there is no possibility for me. Till the 11 o'clock batch people are waiting for .NET people. They are waiting. I need to take the class next once I close this.
the
And
classes
before,
available on weekends as well.
yes, Monday to Saturday classes will be run, and except Sunday.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mohan. From my
Yeah,
side is done.
time will not be changed. Don't expect any time change. Even for me, it's not possible. Before this, I have a lot of sessions. After this, also I have a lot of sessions. I can't adjust that. This time is
Okay.
fixed till 3 months.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Hello,
So
sir.
yeah, tell me, sir. Tell me, sir.
Sir, what concepts will taught in data structures?
All what data structures are there in Python? Everything will be there. String, list, tuples, dictionaries, okay, set, all those things.
Okay.
And same thing we
Yes.
will apply in the analysis part also, using pandas, matplotlib, numpy, data visualization, data cleaning. Some basic idea I'll create before going to do data science things. Yes, OOPS
Yes,
concepts, complete thing, everything will be covered. Undoubtedly. OOPS concept, all I'm not aware. Yeah. I'll teach you, don't worry that. Till you understand, I'll assist you. Yes. Thanks for everyone, sir. Now it's time to close the session because my next batch people are waiting. Yeah, see you tomorrow at same time on same link. Have a nice time.
Okay. Thank you so much. Bye bye.